I believe I am live. I see Grim's here. Thank you, Grim. I think everybody else is over at the, as my hat says, every second matters chat right now. So there's only going to be me mumbling to myself. So I'll just let you know. So welcome to another edition. Oh, I'm starting a couple of minutes early anyway. So I can always backtrack if I need to. Welcome to Rick's Life as I See It. Week 16. Last week was a pretty, it was a strange one last week. I went off topic a little. Went too much into my sort of like medical history, I think I did, if I remember correctly. So it was way off topic. But hopefully I won't do that again. It was just, Anyway, my first thing on my list here, I wrote this down. I covered it in my midweek thing too, is what the hell? The media, all they could find about to complain about was Melania's shoes. She was wearing stilettos, is that what they call them? Well, they used to in my day. On her trip. I tell you. But there was pictures of her in tennis shoes as well. But if that's all if that's all the media can find, it's a pretty sad state of affairs. It really is. And I really don't know what else to say about it. So I sit here and I watch this news and I shake my head and thinking, people, who watch CBS, MBS, or whatever, CNN, and all those idiots, especially out on the West Coast, believe all this crap they're hearing. They literally believe it, which is, I find, really baffling. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're fighting the fight, so we really know what's going on. If, say, I wasn't into guns or the Second Amendment so much, would I, sort of believe the media, the propaganda they're selling? Maybe. I mean, that brings me on to another, I'm going to jump way ahead, but while we're at it, it's on the same sort of area. Is, I think I saw it on, what was it, last night, night before? On Tucker Carlson. He was talking about Google. How they've come so big. And how they've become a monopoly. I mean, they gather information for it. I mean, it's a great search engine. I mean, their Gmail is unbelievable. Their search, you put in what you want and bam, up it comes. But we have let them have the monopoly on searching. So theoretically, they could slant stuff to their way of thinking, because all their stuff will come up first. What they want the general public to believe. Excuse me. Well, I don't know where that came from. But it's also, what I believe. It's also because Google owns YouTube. And look what they're doing to channels that don't conform to what they think, what their perceived norm is. So eventually, so the searching, the whole country, if they're using Google for their search engine, are getting a left slant or a democratic slant to the searches that come up first. You know, also, if you notice when you do a search, you know, the first, you know, anything from two to four things are ads, which means they're paying to be put there. And I would imagine they are paying enough. You know, they sort of like people that own them are leaning to the left. Is the way I look at it. Maybe I'm getting paranoid. You know, maybe I'm thinking there is a big conspiracy out there. So I don't know. But I mean, it goes back to I was listening to, I didn't hear it all, but I caught part of it on Travis's show this morning, Caliber Corner, talking about the new gun for the criminal on the street is the Sky. I can't remember which model he said, but it's one that he had for years, and it only worked 20% of the time. But some guy bought 4 of them, and the ATF came to his house looking for him, calling them to the criminal element. Now, how did the ATF know that he bought 4 of those guns? Because on the form we fill out, the 4473 we fill out, only specifies we bought a weapon. Oh, man. I don't know where all these yawns are coming from. I had a good night's sleep. I even had a nap early on this afternoon, too, for an hour. So I do apologize. So, you know, back to what I was saying is, so how did the ATF know precisely what guns he bought? Because the 4473, I think it's 4473, got the number right, doesn't specify what gun it is, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. And, you know, so is Big Brother watching us? Well, you think about it, they are. I mean, like, cell phone, you know, it's an Android. Google, again, Google knows exactly where I'm at all times. I wouldn't be surprised if sometimes this camera's on, we don't even know it, and it's filming me, what I'm doing. They know exactly where I'm at all times. They know my buying habits. Look at the algorithms. Look, you go on. It's amazing. You go on the your computer and say you were searching, say, for goddamn to buy, just to compare prices. You're looking at prices for shirts on some website. Next thing you know, your homepage is full of advertisements from shirt companies. You know, did I agree to that? Did we agree to them to do all that, putting all them cookies and spyware, as I like to call it, you know, on our computers? Was it in the small print? Because nobody ever reads the small print. We just scroll through it and tick, yeah, I do. Well, I do anyway. So I could say it's my own fault. But Big Brother's after us. I really believe it. I really think so. Oh, what was the latest also on this subject? Somebody wants to take down the Columbus statue in New York, in Columbus Circle. They want to take it down and rename, put something out renamed indigenous people, because if Columbus hadn't discovered America, we wouldn't have done those terrible things to the Indians, the Native Americans. I mean, come on. Yes, I'm not saying it was right at the time, but that was then. This is now. This is how we meant to learn from our mistakes. Some of us do, some of us don't. it takes me 4 or 5 times to learn from mine because I'm a hard-headed, slow learner. So, you know, everybody has done something wrong, I would imagine. I can't see there being something absolutely so perfect and pure that they have done nothing wrong in their life. You know? So, I mean, as we, I haven't done anything dreadful, but yeah, I've done things wrong that I shouldn't have. I.e., you know, maybe, you know, said something I shouldn't have said and this kind of stuff in my youth. I've learned from them. I've changed. I mean, as I've mentioned, I don't know if new listeners know or old listeners think or anybody really cares. I mean, I'm in a 12-step program, and I've learned, I believe I have changed my thinking and my actions. I'm not saying sometimes those thoughts and old actions come back, but it's very rare now because I've learned to be a better person. Well, I hope I have anyway. And that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm saying about these. People change. The world, I mean, hey, they still thought the world was flat back in Columbus's day. You know? So, Jesus Christ, come on, give us a break. And if you think about it, who did the Indians, Native Americans displace when they came here? They had to, I mean, what happened to the people out west? You hear the Indians say the ones who came before. Where'd they go? The Indians pushed them out. You know, I mean, I can't remember tribes or anything like this, but tribes have gone into a different area, got rid of, you know, killed the ones that were there, you know, integrated some of them into their tribe, so and so. So everybody's guilty of doing something. So, I mean, this statue pulling down crap is getting out of hand, too. Oh, man, that was a rant. You know? So, anyway, what's next? Oh, I mentioned the Glock Gen 5. Would I buy it? Maybe. The only reason I would is because I don't own a Glock. I've never had one. So, that's the only reason I would buy one. Because I don't own a Glock. To me, they're an ugly gun. They're just plain, bulky, you know, big, ugly. To me, I buy a gun because it looks good. It's sexy. To me, you know. I mean, I love the look of my M&P 45 with its sleek. I mean, I guess to other people, it's ugly, you know. I mean, like when I go buy a vehicle, 9 times out of 10, you know, if I'm not in a situation where I got to have one because my last old jalopy broke down and I got to get one no matter what type deal. But I normally buy a vehicle because I like the looks of it. You know, I bought a big V8. You know, price of gas is out. You know, back then when I first got it was outrageous. You know, but then it dropped, so it was okay. Now it's going back up. Then I didn't mind paying the high price for gas, and I think I didn't have a truck payment because I owned it. I didn't have a truck payment, and that's so I don't look at stuff like that. Maybe that's why people are rich and I'm poor, because I buy what looks good or what I what I like, not what versus, well, this one does 40 miles to the gallon. This one only does 20. Yeah, but the one that does 20 looks cool, you know? And that one that does 40 looks like a square box, like a Glock. You know, I'll go with the slick one. But that's me. And I reckon there's more people out there like that than they wish to admit. But I don't mind admitting it. I don't mind people saying, what a fool, what an idiot that guy is. He's saying stuff I would never say. Hey, you don't like it? Oh, well. Talking about that. Oh, before I get on to that, let's, the other thing I had was that squib load I talked about midweek. And when I was down the range with my, using my reloads, you know, from what I can figure out was somehow I must have got distracted and missed the powder, put the, seated the bullet, and the primer had enough pop in it to move the bullet just down the barrel a little bit. And so when it was failure to feed, and I hit it and jammed it and re-racked it and sent another one in there, I was slamming it harder and harder down the barrel because the barrel gets because at the breech is slightly thicker than it is as it goes further down. You know, I'm glad that it didn't feed, because if one had managed, if it had knocked it down far enough that another one had gone in behind it, oh my God. Worst case scenario, ruined my gun. No, that's the worst. That's not the worst. That's space. I mean, worst case scenario, the damn thing blew up on me. It, tore my hand to hell, tore me to hell. Best is it just damaged the gun. So, but I managed to get it out when I got home. I don't know if I did it right or not, but I put oil down the barrel, hoping it would try to seep through on the sides and stuff. So when I tipped it up and backed it with the rod, and it did, it popped right out, cleaned it, held it up to the nice bright light, not a mark in it, not a scratch, nothing. And I used it, and I went shooting yesterday again at the range, and worked like a charm, no problems. So, lesson learned. Oh, I also shot my P64, my Polish P64, that collector's gun that I got. It's 19 by 18 Mogatov. Is that how you pronounce it? It's okay. I mean, the first trigger pull's got to be about 25 pounds on that thing. But when it goes into single action, it's a lot better. It's a lot more. I mean, hell, you sort of got to, when you're trying to pull the trigger, you're going to have two fingers on the trigger, your foot against the wall, as you're pulling back on it. It's so damn tight. It's so strong. But once it goes off, but I don't like shooting it because, to be honest with you, it gives me, it doesn't cut me, but I can feel the slide. It's going across my hand. And I got a little bit, a couple of scratches here. I was getting slide bite off it. But if I don't hold it there, if I hold it further down, it's, I can't seem to hit my target. I got to hold it up high. So I guess I would use it in a pinch. If that was the only gun available, then I would use it. So I just might take it out and shoot it every few months, just because I can. But I'm definitely never going to carry it. because I just don't like it. Mind you, it would be beautiful for carry. Nice little size. But there you go. That's my range report for this week. You know. Oh, but talking about that, you know, I'm sitting here talking away because I can do that. I mean, I like it when people join in and we have a good chat. And I'm glad, you know, I like it when people show up. But my channel, I guess I'm not portraying what people are looking for. Because my channel ain't getting very big. I know I said I didn't do it for that. I haven't. But it sure is disheartening when you are putting yourself out there and it is public. You know, my subscribers ain't going up. I actually even lost one this week. I don't know who it was, because unless a person, because I think when you go to YouTube, there's somewhere in there, it says you can let your subscriptions, you know, that you subscribe to, and ones that subscribe whatever cannot be seen unless that's unchecked. I don't have all my subscribers listed, so I don't know which one unsubscribed. Kind of a bummer. Feels like, oh man, I ain't got enough as it is. I'm losing them. I guess I just haven't got the charisma, but I'll just keep on plodding on, I think. But I'm saying it is disheartening at times. I mean, like today, I don't know who's listening. Grim's shown he's here, but whether he's listening to me is another question. You know, they're running another show, as I said earlier, at the same time as mine, which is good in the sense that people have a choice on gun channels who they want to go to. And thanks, Grim. I appreciate it. So that gives them a choice who they want to go to. But it's hard to, but when you're up against, you know, G-Webs, Smeggy, Night Strike, and all them over there on that channel, it's hard to compete against those the big ones. It really is. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's it's like me right now. I know that only happens once a month. They do this, but you know, it's like me running up against Never Enough Ammo or Yankee Marshall. Say I started doing a show at 9 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. I wouldn't get many followers because everybody is following Never Enough Ammo. You know, because he does a good show. Maybe I need to start making more videos. I don't know. But I like guns, but I don't know a lot about them. You know, I've only been into guns a couple of years now. So, I mean, I'm just still a novice. I really am. You know, I hear, when I listen to some of these shows and they're going on about guns, uppers and lowers and, you know, and all other stuff, and they're reeling off guns by their name or whatever. I don't have a clue what they're talking about. Unless I happen to have that gun or I happen to look it up. What I try to do now is when they're talking about different guns and I'm not in the conversation, but I'm just listening, you know, I'll pull up a page, you know, Google search, good old Google, and type in the gun in there to see what comes up. If I can see what they're talking about. So, I mean, that's why I don't, maybe that's why I don't know enough about guns to get that big following. But I'm trying. I'm learning. Plus, anyway, it was this station. I wish it was a station. But as I said last week, I would love to run this like a radio show. That's what I'm trying. You know, like a talk show. I'm mumbling on today, so I guess I'm doing all right. It just seems to, I don't know, I lost my thought there where I was going. So it couldn't be that important. If I think about it, I'll come back to it. But it's all about running against the big guys. Maybe one day I will be a big guy. What I need is to come up with something, let it go viral. You know, I mean that's how what's the name got started. Oh, Hickok 45. That was his pumpkin thing. His pumpkin video went viral, and that got him thousands of subscribers. I mean, that's what got him started. And of course, keep doing what he's doing. People just love the old country boy. You know, I still watch him from now and now, but his videos, you know, if he does one under 20 minutes, it's amazing. But they're all around, you know, anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes long. And much as I love listening to him, I ain't got that kind of time anymore to sit there and listen to it. But occasionally I'll go in and see what he's talking about. But I will say this: every video he's done, I've seen every video he's done, because I went back and watched every. That's before I got on the gun channels and started doing this. I went and watched every video of his over a period of months, so I caught up to where he is. So when he releases one today, I get notified, and sometime during the course of the week, I'll click on it and see what he's doing. If it interests me, I'll sit there and watch it. If it doesn't, you know, I got the gist of it, and off I go to do something else. Yeah, so, oh, yeah, I got an email this morning from my, because I have, I'm set up for alerts from gov.com or whatever, or it's a government site that tells you when certain things that you're interested in, like I'm, you know, HR 38, which is the national reciprocity one that was put in there. Just got notified there was another co-signer added on, so they got 209 now. So they need 9 more to because if they get 218, it's a done deal. Personally, they need to. Paul Ryan needs to pick it up, put it out there, and I reckon he'll get the 9 just like that. Personally, myself, but I don't think he's going to pick it up because personally, I don't think he's on our side. It's all about what they want, and I tell you, and I've said this from the beginning. They're good. I mean, they're getting into. They're ready to get into re-election mode. So you know they're going to talk a good game, but if they're not, you know, I don't have no Republican people in Congress up here in the good old Rhode Island. They're all Democrats, true and true. I mean, even one of ours, Levine, his name is, you know, he's anti-gunner. They're all anti-gunners up here, but even Levine, I mean, he's anti-gunner. He's in a wheelchair because this is how ironic it is. I mean, I feel for him, I really do. When he was 15 in the Boy Scouts, he got shot accidentally at a police range. Yeah, and paralyzed him. So he's been in a wheelchair ever since. So he's an anti-gunner. I mean, I send him letters all the time. Even the NRA pre-printed ones, I'll send them to him. And I've even written my own to him. And of course, he sends back the same pre-written, one that's that everybody gets. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I mean, as soon as you hear the word "but," you might as well hang it up because the rest of it's bullshit. Because there's no but. His Second Amendment should not be infringed. Bottom line. So that's what I got up here. Vote for the Republicans. Now I'm very disappointed in we got one that actually lives here in town. He's not in the big one up there in DC, but he's the local one here for the state. He's a Democrat, and he's got an A plus rating with the NRA. And I noticed they had a bill come through the last time before they broke for the summer vacation on the so-called what in the hell's the word for it? Abuse. When but all it is, they're trying to say it's for the battered wife or husband. Put it this way: if you're pissing me off and I don't like you and you live next door and I know you got guns, I can file a complaint and they can come and confiscate your guns. And that is what this is. That's what this bill is. But they're trying to do it as self-defense thing. Oh, that's my phone. Anyway, when it came up for vote just before the break, it didn't pass, but it didn't fail. Because they made some changes to it or something or another, so it had to go back to get refinalized or something. But it showed who voted for what, and he voted for it. And he's meant to be a A plus rating with the NRA. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. I mean, does the NRA keep track of this kind of stuff? I hope so, because it's I don't know. I need to get out of this state. I'm getting stifled. I mean, now they want to. I mean, right now out of all New England. I mean, which is kind of funny. You got 3 states up the top there. Maine, was it New Hampshire, and what's the other one up there that are constitutional carry? But the rest of them down here are so damn watertight about carrying it. They're anal. But Rhode Island is pretty anal, except that we don't have. We're still allowed to have. To me, it's not, like 30-round mags. It's not extra. That's what comes with the damn gun. So it's not. You're not buying extra. That's a standard magazine when you buy an AR-15. I don't see what the big deal is, but that's coming. That's there's rumblings already from the people who watch all this stuff. Rhode Island Rifle and Revolver Association and all that. They've said there's rumblings already that they're going to try to bring in the lower the limit on magazine capacity and all this kind of stuff. I mean, if that happens, I'm out of here. I really am. Not that I am into AR-15s. Closest thing I got is a 22 M&P that looks like an AR-15. It's a fun little gun, though, I must admit. But that's all I got in the rifles. It's just the thought. Because like when I was down in Indiana, last month, or actually September now, so it was almost 2 months ago now. It was such a freeing experience. Yes, I was walking around. Yeah, I wasn't open carrying because I was concealed, but nobody worried about it. I mean, my whole family, they weren't worried about it. Most of them are carrying too. We went shooting. Didn't even have to go to the range. Just stepped out the back door. Because they had land, you could shoot on it, It was great. I absolutely loved it. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I need. The more I think about it, the more I want to do it. But then the other morning, it was beautiful. It was about 70 degrees. Nice gentle breeze blowing. Sun was shining. I went down to the, they call it the Overlook. It's where you can park and there's a small beach. It's rocky, but you can see the ocean for miles, and it was so quiet and peaceful. You think, that's nice. If that was somewhere else instead of Rhode Island, it'd be great. It really would. But alas, it's not. It seems, though, that we're, you got California, Oregon, and Washington's close behind those, the thing. Then you got New York, then us up here in New England. But those, like New York and California, are the two biggest anti-gun areas, and they got the most population. They got a huge amount. I mean, you're talking about millions and millions and millions of people living in those areas. That's where, we lose on these kind of things here because of the way the vote goes. That's why, when it was explained to me in plain English and pictures about like the the college when it's the voting, how we won, how Ronald Reagan, oh God, yeah, he did, but Donald Trump, done that. It's because of that, because with New York and California, if it was just if the Democrats, if it was done a popular vote, yeah, she got more. That's because of those two areas. Those two areas are so many millions of people. There's enough there to swing it one way or the other. So the electoral college comes in, and that's what saves the day. I don't know if I explained that well enough, but I know what I'm thinking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that other thing? We already talked on politics, but I got to bring this one up. The first grader who got sent to the principal's office because she called her friend that she met in kindergarten the year before, so she hadn't seen him all summer, and she called him by his boy name, but at 6 years old, he's changing to be a girl, and they were offended because she didn't call him by her female name. I mean, is that legal? Never Enough Ammo put out a video on that. I think he did. I think it was him. A 6-year-old doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I think he's right. I think, welfare needs to get in there. Or child, whatever, needs to get in there and see what's going on. Because that ain't right. I'm sorry. That ain't right. That's all I got to say on that. My next question, I was hoping one of the guys would have been in here, but never mind. They might listen later on and put a comment in the comments or send me an email. When you're reloading, now this bullet here, I know you can't see it, what I'm trying to do here. But I done it, measured it. The overall length was 1.32. For what I'm running here, the overall length would be 1.27. So I adjusted my thing, put it back in there, and thought I'd try to push it down some more. And it did go down some more, but it put a crease, a small crease in the brass here. Now, it's not split or anything like that. Is that still good to shoot? Is what I want to know. Or do I need to get the old bullet puller and take it apart and, straighten the brass back out and start again? That was my question. If it was still fire, then I'll leave it and go with it. So maybe I'll have to ask somebody later on. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I was trying. Do I have any? Yeah. I was using these. I ran out of regular. I normally use full metal jacket bullets when I do my reloading. Where am I looking at? Here it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I bought some new ones now. I got some now. Here. These things. I don't know if you can see it or not. Full metal jacket. They load great. I mean, but I'd run out, so I went out and bought some of these lead bullets. But they got this little curve, these little indentations in them or whatever. And when I tried to load them, they won't run through my, they won't feed. I don't know why. Was I meant to push them all the way down for, I don't know. I just couldn't get them to work. So I went and bought some of those regular ones, full metal jackets, what I normally use. And I had no problem with these. That's my reloading experience. As I told you, I'm not very good with guns. I'm learning as I go. So, anyway, I got these from Speer directly. SPEER. And it was a good price for 500 of them. Free shipping. I think it cost me $75, I think. Somewhere around there. But, free shipping. And also when I opened the box, it's these little things. I got to write them a note. They put a bag, three in a bag, 3 wire brush cleaners for the 45, which I thought was a nice little touch. I thought it was pretty good, nice of them. Not many companies do stuff like that anymore. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's change back to what other stuff. VidMe. That channel that, I mean, I had VidMe. I've had it for months now. but I didn't do anything with it. But all of a sudden, everybody's pouring over there now. So, I mean, you got to have 50 followers before you can ask to be verified. I can't even get 50 over there. Can't even get 50 on YouTube. Or how am I going to get 50 over there? I don't know. But I'm trying. But I mean, I've loaded some my videos up there. You know, is it going to be the next thing? I don't think so, to be quite honest with you. You know, I mean, even like Patreon is letting you do more. It's getting more like a website, you know, like a YouTube. But YouTube is where it's at. As much as we hate it, that's where everybody is at. They've, you know, I'll be very surprised if anybody can take them on. Really. The way I see it, I'll be very surprised if anybody can. You know, I think I got 21 followers right now. I follow 22 people. Basically, when somebody follows me, I'll follow them back. The only one that hasn't followed me back is Never Enough Ammo. Hey, he's got so many people, he doesn't even know who I am, so it don't really matter. But I just happened, because I was looking at that, I said 21 followers, and I've got 22 that I follow. I said, I said, how? Everyone that's following me, I followed them back. Then I remembered when I started this months ago, or when Never Enough Ammo got into it, I followed him as soon as he started. And like the rest of them followed me after I uploaded the video. So I hadn't uploaded it when I'd done the Never Enough Ammo thing. That's my excuse anyway. Yeah. Nobody loves me. Oh, hell with it. I'm enjoying myself. That's all that counts. Look at that. I've been rambling on for 45 minutes. I'm trying to think now, because I've had no interaction with anybody else with me here in the chat. I'm running out of time. You know, somebody else would have spoken up, and that would have taken the other 15 minutes. So basically, I'm going to shut it down early, to be honest with you. Because I've gone through my list. I've about talked myself dry. I've got, you know, things to do, people to see, and I can get on with it. But I enjoyed the company. I really did. So if you're out there listening to me, I really appreciate it. You're a star. You know, keep up the good work. Promotions are on the way. That's what my boss used to say to me all the time. Yeah, I said, yeah, right. No. Anyway, I'm calling it quits on today's show. Just going to finish it up early. I appreciate you listening, Grim. I really do. Or anybody else is out there. Don't know if there is, but that's Rick's life as I see it. Don't forget, I have the YouTube channel. I have VidMe. I have a Patreon page. I even actually have a website. It's all underneath on YouTube. All the information, you know, is underneath there in the info section. I've even got a mailing list. So that's it. Anyway, thanks again. See you next week.